Hello, I'm Rachel, and if you're listening, you probably already know that. I can see you standing outside my window. I know you come every other week. This is a podcast where I discuss the 24 books that were suggested to me for the year 2019. The goal was to read 2 a month to get back into my favorite hobby, and so far we have been killing it, y'all. The next book I'll be reading and reviewing is actually not a book. It's The Age of Reason by Thomas Paine. You may recognize the name if you've heard that one line in Hamilton where Angelica mentions one of his other works. More on that in the second week of December. This week's suggestion was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. Thank you to the 3 people who suggested it to me. This was an adventure. And now, without further ado, as she woke up in the pod, she remembered 3 things. First, she was traveling in open space. Last week I talked about The Interstellar Age by Jim Bell, who worked on the Voyager mission. This week's author is the daughter of a quote-unquote Apollo-era rocket scientist. Cool connection there, and you can kind of see that language seep into the book. This is, I believe, the first book on the list that was originally published as the result of a Kickstarter campaign. Since its original publication in 2014, it has been published under a few official imprints. This is the first in a 3-book series taking place in the same literary universe, and each book in the series was nominated for an award, so let's take a look at the content. We begin with Rosemary, who is debatably the main character, who joins the crew of a spaceship. Now this is not the USS Enterprise, this is a collective of 7 people and an artificial intelligence. People in the loosest definition. In the universe of the book, Rosemary is a human born on a Mars colony, 4 are humans from farther out into space, and 3 are not even close to humanoid. Chambers has the amazing ability to make aliens seem rather normal compared to the humans. The human mechanical engineer and the computer tech are without a doubt the loudest and strangest in the cast, despite the fact that in order for the audience to understand how to envision them, they often discuss their differences. We don't know much about Rosemary in the beginning, except that she is lying about something. Perhaps it is her ability to do the clerk job that she was hired to do, about her recent past, but she is shot through space in order to escape something. And what better place to escape to than a ship that creates trans-space tunnels? The Wayfarer, or ship that she comes to work for, is a ship that builds wormholes through space. Say that you wanted to travel from a planet on one side of the galaxy to one on the other side. Traveling through the tunnel would get you there much quicker than the light years it might normally take you. For the most part, this ignores the existence of an FTL drive for the sake of focusing on tunneling as a career. But the book isn't so much about the job, which is to build a huge tunnel that will connect a planet at war with the rest of the universe or the galactic commons. The book is about the secrets that the characters have, their motivations, and how a long job with family can change you. In a way, it reminded me maybe of a long episode of Firefly if everyone was a tad more compliant with the law and the mechanic did drugs. Overall, I'm going to give this book 9 out of 10 Rachels. I thought all of the characters were engaging right off the bat. You knew who they were and your understanding of them changed throughout the book. Chambers did an excellent job of focusing on one aspect of what will probably be a basic part of space travel in the future, if we're lucky enough to see it, and expanding it into something much more fun than mathematical. It has themes of war and friendship, and sets it in the backdrop of space with characters that are all at the forefront. Nobody feels like a side character. Except the guy who grows algae, but he's more like an angry friend who lives in the basement. Thanks for joining me this week. I hope you've got big plans for the future. Thanks, and Happy New Year. So I went on the internet thinking, this book has been out for a while. Maybe BuzzFeed has done which character are you quiz. Typed in some variations of the question, and which Wayfarer character are you got me. Nothing relating to the book. but it took me to a quiz called Which Sunglasses Fit Your Personality Best? The last question was, which outfit describes you best? And 3 of the answers were classic suit and tie. Anyways, apparently my sunglasses style is hipster, whatever that's supposed to mean.